And now, still trying to find a party ball for Memorial Day weekend, Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. No choice but a mandate. You get it on. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for telling a friend Brad Williams in the studio.
That's right, buddy.
Always great to hang with Brad Williams. Trying to get a message sent across to the boys there. Got some news to catch you guys up with. Brad, we have a video we were kind of sitting on, and it's the video you made for Chris about fatherhood.
Yes.
And I think we should check that out because you're let's see, Asian dwarf baby is three and a half,
3 years old, and so I don't know how long I can say I'm a new father. I don't know how long it's like. Oh, how long can you say Happy New Year to somebody? How long can you say you're a new dad? It's like, oh yeah, they're going to high school now. Like
right.
It's like when do you cut off? I think I'm still a new dad, and Loxy somehow got a woman to not only sleep with you but let you finish inside her. I'm still debating if that actually happened.
I did black out.
It's probably a lab baby, and you did it, and you're a new dad. So congrats, my friend, and I made a little video for you.
All right, let's watch it.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, how's it going? Your pal Brad here. Heard you recently became a father. Congratulations, you did it. A woman let you come inside of her.
Oh, same joke.
Unless
Damn
you
it.
did like a boss and you came inside of a tube.
Great minds.
But congratulations, and a little fatherly advice for you. Adam Carolla does have some good advice with to throw money at the problem. Yes, night nurse. Oh my God, so important. And the other thing is just kind of be available. Be that satellite that's going around your wife that's available to do things for her. And as long as she's happy, the whole happy wife, happy life thing is very real. So make sure that she's comfortable. She feels secure. She feels like you're providing and also providing support. As long as that's going on, you're good. You're good to go, my friend. And don't be afraid to get in there. Change a fucking diaper. It's the modern male age. You're not just gonna let the woman do everything. Just be skilled in a little bit of everything. You don't have to even do it well. Just be like, I'm encouraging to do it. And just know sometimes she's going to be mad at you for no goddamn reason whatsoever. And it's because she's stressed out. So whatever you can do to ease the stress, don't blow up, don't divorce. Just know that just kind of do what you can to ease your stress. All right, buddy. I know you're going to do a great job because you do a great job producing. I couldn't say that with a straight face. I'll see you soon, pal.
The night nurse.
Great advice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's only one problem with the night nurse.
What's that problem?
The night nurse is a must.
Yes.
And people think I'm kidding when I say throw money at the problem. But if you have a night nurse and you have enough square footage where your room that you sleep in can be far enough away from whatever's going on with the night nurse and the kid, then you can sleep through the night. And that is you throwing money at the problem. The problem is your kids waking up and waking you up. But the problem with the night nurse, for me,
I feel like this is Mr. Brightside,
and
where you're just Adam shits on everything. 'Cause the night nurse was gold for us.
Where I come from.
Yeah.
I come from when you're on the clock, you're not even sitting. Like the kind of work that I grew up doing, if you sat and somebody was paying you, saw you sitting, they'd go, what the fuck are you sitting for? Get back up and get to work. I had a foreman yell at me and another guy for talking, even though we were working. We were repointing bricks, tucking mortar in between an old brick facade, sitting on the same scaffolding. He was like on one end of the scaffold, I was there, and had our little tuck trowels out, and we were tucking, and we're just talking because there's nothing to do, endlessly shoving the mortar in between an endless brick wall. And he just walked by us, and we were like up there just going, I don't know, what'd you do today? And we're just like doing it, and he goes, hey, no talking. So that's where I come from. The night nurse, you pay $35 an hour.
Yes.
You'll walk in, she's sleeping.
Yes.
You're paying a person to sleep.
Yes.
She is on the clock. Now, why shouldn't she sleep? It's 4 a.m.
Sure.
And the kid's asleep.
Right.
So what the fuck does she got to do? In my world, I want her fucking running a Swiffer around.
Right, might as well.
Wiping something down.
Clean a little.
There's a
yeah.
load of dishes in the sink, bitch.
Just
get
dust
down
a little
there.
bit.
Like, you'll hear the kid crying. You'll come back up, do your job, but you are sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm paying you to sleep.
Now, I must have gotten very lucky because the night nurse that we had, lovely person of your people, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, she's good.
Filipinos.
I can tell. She's good.
Oh, she was doing the laundry.
So
she was
she was
folding the laundry.
working.
She
wow.
was doing light housework around.
In
She
the
would
middle of the night.
wipe the counters down.
Oh,
She
man.
was money.
Should hit me up, Adam. I could have connected you with somebody. I got.
Oh,
They
yeah.
got, yeah,
people.
yeah. You
We
got nurses
picked
in
a-
your family,
Of course.
Like you got people ready to go that know what to do.
We picked a different nationality, more with the proclivity of napping. We picked a napping nationality, not a mopping nationality, which we should have done. Because I would hearken back to me sitting on the scaffolding with
Yeah.
Mike Sturmat yelling at us to stop talking when we were working, and I would think this person's asleep, and I'm paying them.
Yeah.
But I want to wake them up and tell them to do something.
Just
Go
do
out and
something.
put a coat of wax on my car. You're on the clock.
Yeah.
Do something.
You're earning money at this moment.
Yeah, and maybe you get a kid that just sleeps through the night. Now
Right.
you have the night nurse who just sleeps through the night, but that meter's running the whole time.
That's when we had to, unfortunately, let the night nurse go. Is when my daughter started sleeping through the night. She did it pretty early too, like 2.5 months, 3 months old. She was sleeping through the night. So now we're like, all right. For that reason, we don't want to pay you to just do nothing. Sorry, we got to let you go. And
I think our night nurse would she'd wake the kids up. Poke them with a stick, get them crying 2 in the
Right,
morning.
right,
Then
right, right.
Then we come in the room and she'd be holding us, swaddling the kids. We're
Yeah.
okay, you just bought yourself another 4 months, baby.
But yeah, absolutely. Get the night nurse. At the time, I could only afford 2 nights a week, but it is the best money ever spent is the night nurse. So get on that, my friend.
I know. Right now we're not doing a night nurse, so we hear the baby cry. He's sleeping in the bassinet next to
Yeah.
our bed. So whenever he cries,
Oh.
we both shoot up, and it's like you got it, or I'll just fake sleep until she gets it. No,
That is a move.
it's a move I'm tempted to do, but I feel horrible.
Well, that, and it's like the problem with doing that move of doing the fake sleep, even though you're awake, just so your wife goes to get it, is that then you have to sleep through absolutely everything ever to cover that lie.
Right.
So like if the text ring goes off in the middle of the night and you wake up, your wife will call bullshit.
Yeah.
Your wife will say like, no.
What's
You're
a
supposed to
night
be the
nurse
sound sleeper.
charge these days? Is it by the day? Is it a day rate? Pardon the pun?
Yeah, it's about. You actually had it pretty close. It's like $35 to $45, $50 an hour, and so that
You get some clean laundry out of it.
yeah, and man, it's like for the labor, you're like that doesn't really translate. I'm paying you that much, but you're not paying for the labor. You're paying for you to sleep. That is what you're
Right.
paying for. You're
Right.
paying for a good night's sleep. So stop thinking like I just paid this woman like $300 or whatever to do laundry and wipe an ass. Like that. Like that's what I did. It's not that. You're
Right.
paying her to sleep, or you're paying
It's a service
for
for you.
yourself
It's a
to sleep.
spa day at home.
You tell me if this crossed the line.
Okay.
My kids would sleep. The night nurse wasn't cleaning. So I would say, you got to wipe my ass now. Like I just dropped the deuce. Obviously, you have no issues with this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, mine's a lot firmer than the kids.
Yes.
And there
That
could be
you
a
wanna
sexual
earn your money?
component here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You might be wiping me while I have an erection.
You're on the clock. So
It's the same activity. It's just a larger quantity.
Blindfolded, you
Yeah.
might not even know the
See,
difference.
that's the equivalent of us doing stand up in like a small bar somewhere that holds 15 people and then doing it in a large theater. It's the
Yeah.
same activity, just more of it and on a grander scale. So really, you were showing faith in the skills of your night nurse.
was. Steady
saying,
hand.
like, you are so good at this job. Let's up you to theaters. Your ass is the theaters of wiping.
Congratulations, yes.
speaking of dates, I'm going to be in New York City. That'll be tomorrow. And Saturday's my birthday, so we'll do a birthday show over there, although it will not be recognized. But Friday, Dan Soder and Ryan Long are going to be up with, it was kind of Adam Carolla and friends, and then Shane Gillis is coming out.
So good.
And more on Saturday. So that's Sony Hall. Still a couple tickets left. So come on out, say hi to that. Brad and I are going to be doing a show, pay-per-view show, and that's at Solana Beach, and that's coming up June 4th. And you can go to live1.com/Carolla Live, and you can watch a pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view. Now, does this mean that we have to up the ante because it's pay-per-view?
Yes.
So, are we doing nipple tassels? Are we doing some burlesque? Is there some too hot for TV action that has to take place? Because now it's behind a paywall.
Yeah.
So
Anything goes.
Yeah, we're not just throwing up the same photos that we put on Instagram. This is OnlyFans. We gotta go. We gotta go one step beyond.
We're going full scat night nurse.
Yes.
I'm going to defecate on stage.
Yes. I mean, I could wear the diaper and we could act out the whole thing.
We'll do it. That'll be June 4th. So you can watch. And by the way, you can watch it that night, or you can save it and watch it.
Yeah, it's archived.
The next night.
Later.
All right, and Brad's got dates coming up at Naples, Off the Hook Comedy Club.
We added a show. All the shows sold out, so we added a Sunday show. So the first Sunday show was at 5, or that sold out. So now we added one at 8 o'clock. And I know you were in Naples not too long ago at that Off the Hook Comedy Club. Good fans down there. So yeah, we added a show. Buy tickets. Let's sell that one out.
Yeah, it's a great place, a great club. A little hard to get to, but great.
Yeah.
Solana Beach, that'll be the 4th. Indianapolis Helium Comedy Club coming up. That'll be June 8th through the 10th.
And Ontario Improv here in good old Southern California. I could sleep in my own bed at night.
Oh, God.
It's the best. So,
BradWilliamsComedy.com is where you go. Yeah, there is this thing when you get to do comedy in your hometown, or at least close enough to it that you can sleep in your same bed. It just, there's something to it.
It's pretty great. And then I've got the built-in excuse of, honey, I just did shows the night before. I got it at 2 o'clock in the morning. You're up with the kid.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
I'm sleeping.
Now, does that count? And the reason I say that is I've been talking for a while now that money's invisible, and money being invisible has caused a lot of issues, and it will with your kids later on, because they will buy everything. They'll do it all with Apple Pay.
Yeah.
You'll pay for the Apple Pay, but you will not get credit for paying for the Apple Pay because it's invisible. And also, money being invisible is sort of, hey, we'll give $5 million to every black resident of San Francisco. And then someone goes, that's not enough. That's invisible money. Like back when people paid with ingots and gold and pelts and shit like that, no one would ever went, 5 million pelts? That's bullshit.
Yeah. When you could see the stash get lower and lower.
Yeah. So invisible money is a problem. It creates a lot of debt, and it also doesn't create any appreciation. It's like, why doesn't the government do this, or why don't they pay for that, or what about reparations? But within your home, everyone is kind of shifting to invisible money. Everything is a direct deposit. Everything is a swipe the debit card. It's all,
you are so right.
It's all
with this.
everything. You're not peeling off money.
Yeah.
You know, I just did shows in Oklahoma. I parked at LAX. It was like $166 to park.
Yeah.
My dad would have had to have been hospitalized if you told him you were going to pay $166.
Yeah.
Like, that's the budget for the entire year. But you don't even talk to a person. You just put your card into a thing. A thing spits out. You swipe your plastic card. The gate. It's so easy. If I paid them $166 to park my car for fucking 2 days, by the way, at LAX.
Right.
If I had to peel the dollars off, I'd go, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah.
I'm never doing it. But as long as it's just a plastic and a swipe and a thing that gets spat out. But you, Brad.
Yes. Yes.
You are a comedian.
Yes.
And you do not work in a coal mine.
No.
And you don't drive an 18-wheeler.
No.
And you do not
it's
work
about the same size. If you go by scale.
Your Lexus,
yeah.
You
It's about the same size.
You do not work at the Hormel plant in Indiana. So when you get home from a long night of work, is it really appreciated like you were working? Now, here's the beauty of women.
Yeah.
You, for that shift of doing comedy, you make 25 times the amount that the trucker made for the same shift.
Yes.
But that trucker worked.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
Hey.
And even though you make 25 times the amount, which is going into the kitty that the woman spends on the life and the mortgage and the insurance and the kids and the night nurse, don't really get the full appreciation of the guy who would have made 1/20th that amount working at the coal mine all day.
This is
They say women aren't good at math. I think this is part of it.
Well, I have a Chinese wife. She's very good at math.
Oh, okay.
But
you're right.
That being said, this was a discussion recently in my house where I came home. I did one night in Edmonton, Canada, where I woke up at 3 a.m., fly to another country, do a show, hit the I got the 6 a.m. flight back, even though I got back to my room at about 1:30 in the morning.
Yes.
6 a.m. flight back.
Wow.
I am back home at about 11:45. That is when I get home because of all the time changes, and I get back home 11:45, and I go, I'm going to bed. I haven't slept in over 24 hours. And she goes, oh, but I need some help with the... And I'm going to bed. And then I showed her the check for one show. For one fucking show. And she's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, okay. And she's like, okay, that's great. I'm like, that's great. That's 1%. That is the 1% of people that decide to do, you know what, I'm going to do open mic night. And from them to go on to the hosting and to go on to featuring and then to go on to headlining and then to start actually selling tickets. Then for a casino to somehow pay you way too much money than you're actually worth. Don't tell them this. But they to give this to me for one night. I'm like, I am in the 1% of the people that do this for a living. And you just, all right.
Yeah.
You just all right at the 1%?
Backyard's not going to weed itself, bro. Mr. 1%er.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should do this. You should come back, but come back in torn clothes, like dirt all over your face, cough up some smoke.
There was a heckler. There was a Will Smith situation.
Yeah, maybe a little blood on you.
Yeah. They came out of it. And see, here's the problem. Normally, I get to show her like the merch money because the merch money, like you say, tactile.
The wham.
Yes.
You can touch it. You can look at it. It's impressive. So
you bring home a check for $33,000 and they go, yeah, all right, told a bunch of fart jokes. Good for you.
Yeah.
You pull out $186 worth of 5s and 10s. They go, oh, somebody's out earning.
Yeah.
Who needs a blowjob?
Yeah. It's amazing. So then I come back from Canada. The problem is I did the meet and greet and I did the merch money. It's Canadian.
Oh.
So now it looks like Monopoly money.
Oh, yeah. It's $2. It's coins.
Yeah. It's a bunch of loonies and toonies. Yes. And their money's all different colors. Ours is just green. Theirs, it's like, oh, you brought home a purple, an orange. I don't even know what this means. It's like it's like we're playing the game of life. It's not, even that's not real money.
I got your answer, though, Brad.
Yes.
This used to be my answer. Mm-hmm. You do it with women. You do it later on with your kids.
Yes.
They go, you get $20,000 or $10,000 or whatever it is for standing around, holding a beer, telling jokes. Mm-hmm. You get paid $20,000 for 45 minutes of standing there. I go, I don't get paid $20,000 for 45 minutes of standing. That's not why I get $20,000.
Yeah.
The $20,000 is for me taking groundlings classes when I was 23.
Yes.
Broke.
Yes.
Driving a pickup truck over to Melrose and getting a parking ticket because I couldn't afford to pay for parking and doing those. And then that's for every open mic I stood in line for and sometimes didn't even get the 3 minutes on stage because Pauly Shore slid in and opened his notebook and did 20 minutes and then they call it. This is why I get paid.
Yes.
Not for that. It's the build up to it.
Yeah, I just want to pay for the
answer.
20-minute set, though.
That is God, Adam, you are so correct in this. It's like, yes, I chose this life that when you're like, $20,000, $30,000 for just standing out there telling jokes, that's insane. Yes, I'm fully aware that's insane. I'm aware that it's a lucrative amount of money, and that compared to a coal mining, compared to a truck driving, compared to a carpenter's work is not work at all.
Right.
But I chose wisely. I was like, I know that I can't do those jobs. I know that I don't have that kind of work ethic, and I know that my balls aren't that big. So I chose the job where, if by some cockamamie scheme I can get into that 1%, I would be rewarded for being that idiot for an hour on stage every night and making that kind of money. And yes, driving up to San Francisco and doing a 10-minute spot for $50 when gas cost you $80 to get there and back.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why you're getting paid.
That's why I'm getting paid, because I put in all those times. Now, there are some comics who kind of cut the line where they did the movies and then now they just go, I'm going to do stand-up now. And then they do it and they go right to the front and they start headlining. I got my issues with that. But I understand it's not my decision. You are worth what people will pay to see you. But you are absolutely right. That is what the money is for. Dom Herrera has a great quote where he just says, "They don't pay me to perform; they pay me to travel."
Yeah,
it's all that. It's getting up at 4:00 in the morning. When I went to sleep after my wife and got up before my wife,
yes,
to get to the 6 a.m. flight to get to Canada to do the shows. That's what it is. We have a great life. It's absolutely wonderful. And but it doesn't mean it's easy. It's not necessarily a hard job in comparison, as I'm saying. But there was a lot of work to make it this world.
All right, shifting gears. Speaking of family, I was having dinner with my son last night.
How old's your son now?
Turning 17 in a few weeks.
Amazing.
Still no driver's license. And we're talking we're talking about World War II. And then that gave way to the Enola Gay, the bomber that dropped the atomic bomb. Maybe both of them. Oh, never really looked into that.
That new movie,
Oppenheimer.
Can't wait.
He's pumped for Oppenheimer.
Christopher Nolan.
Come on.
Yeah,
that is one of those directors. I'll see anything that he releases.
Same.
So we're kind of talking about Oppenheimer and the Enola Gay, and then it was sort of quizzing me because he's taking history and they're talking about World War II, and I tell him,
all right, who were the bad guys, Dad?
So
that you don't know that.
So, but then we stumbled into this weird territory. A couple things for me. Once in a while, I do one of those like, man, you're old, like this kind of thing where it's like Captain Steubing is younger than I am now when he did his first season of the Love Boat and stuff. And that he was just the epitome of old dude. He was a sea captain,
right?
Stuff like that. But then I was thinking, I said, so a couple things, and Ben, you're going to have to look around the internet for this. Said Enola Gay. Well, you know who that was? And Sonny said, no. I said, that's the pilot's mom. Her name was on the side of the plane. And that's what, you couldn't do it in today's Air Force. But back then, hey, if you're going to fly 30 sorties over Japan or Germany, put your fucking mom's name on the plane. You're never coming back. Statistically, you weren't going to make it to 25 sorties missions. So Enola Gay was the mom's name. And then I thought Enola, that's a weird name.
Sure.
Don't know a lot of Enolas.
Right up there with Beatrice and Gertrude.
Right. He then went and looked up on, popularkidname.com and said, sorry, in 2022, I think he said there were 19,000 Enolas named, which is not quite Adolf, but
19,000.
Maybe it's having a renaissance, but I don't know if they think of it as the name of the plane that dropped the atomic bomb on Japan.
Is it because they were born in New Orleans?
Nola?
The Nola part?
Yeah. I don't know. So he looked up Enola, and Enola was like an American Indian name, and it meant solitary. And then it said it was a palindrome, And they said, you know what that is? And I said, well, I think it's a name that's spelled the same forward and backward, but
right.
I don't think Enola is.
No, I'm looking at it right now. It's definitely not.
But Enola means solitary, but read Enola backwards.
Alone. Interesting.
So
Not a palindrome.
that's
Yeah.
what I told him,
Not
but
a
it said on his
palindrome.
wiki, whatever.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
But then
it says something
Then
backwards.
he said, well, if it means solitary, then Enola is backwards for alone, and the name says alone. And I'm like, do you think that's why Enola is named Enola? And he said, yes. And we got into an argument, and we couldn't really figure it out. But I don't know what kind of name it is. It spells alone backwards, and it means alone.
Yes.
But the American Indian word for alone isn't alone.
Right.
So now we're at a crossroads. But then I pointed out to him that the band OMD, who had a couple of hits, If You Leave, I think was like from Pretty in Pink or something, they had 80s hits. They had a song called the Enola Gay. And if you play it, Dawson, if you find the Enola Gay song from Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, it's kind of a funny name for a band, which I guess is a conductor in the dark. Seems like an orchestral maneuver. They had an Enola Gay song from 1980.
Yeah.
And then I did my Captain Steuben Getting Old math. Because when the Enola Gay song came out in 1980,
Yes.
I went, wow, the bomb was dropped in 1945, 46, 45.
Yeah.
45,
Mid 40s.
Yeah, middle of the 40s.
Yeah.
Middle of the 40s, right? But their hit was If You Leave, which was like, you have to picture like Molly Ringwald and Ducky Boy and that kind of stuff. When you hear If You Leave, which is tool-toony and that...
The resurgence of the name Enola, there's a Netflix series that came out in 2020 called Nola Holmes with Millie Bobby Brown. She's Sherlock Holmes' daughter. So it's a huge Netflix
There's
series.
always an explanation. Because when my son was telling me 20,000 people named their kids Enola, I was like, are you fucking nuts?
Yeah,
And,
that's what it
but
is.
it has to be based on a science, like a Netflix special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not. It's like, they're naming their kid Oppenheimer because the person.
Thank God our parents didn't do that.
Oh,
my
my
dad said,
God.
"We'll name him Ralph Cramden Carolla." Like,
My
you just
son,
watch
TJ
TV
Hooker.
shows. Yeah, if you're born in the 80s, you're
I mean,
TJ.
I can't talk too much shit. My daughter's named after my favorite quarterback.
Oh, that's right.
Elway.
Yeah. So I can't talk too much shit. But,
that's noble.
Yeah,
That's noble.
Yeah, but I'm like I'm named after my mom's ex-boyfriend from high school. So how?
As long as he's dead.
Yeah.
Yes, he's dead.
He had to have died.
Your
Yes.
dad, Adam Levine?
He didn't care.
How did he? So you can do that if he's dead before you're born.
Oh, was he dead before I was born? No.
Oh, then
He was still alive.
Then your dad should have an issue with that.
He didn't. He was like, yeah, Brad's good, because my mom's first suggestion was after my grandfather, Robert, and so they wanted to name me Robert Williams, and my dad's like, there's too many Bob Williamses in the world.
Right.
Yeah, you get
Can't be
lost in the fold.
Can't be Bob Williams. And she's like, I had an ex-boyfriend in high school named Brad. He was kind of cool. And then, then he's like, all right, cool. That works for me.
Your dad wasn't like any other guys who may have gotten into your panties at prom that we could discuss here?
But my dad also married a woman who had the same name as his sister, which I could never have done. So he seemed very practical. Like he married my mom, Susan, the same name as his sister, Susan. It's like I could never. My sister's name is Katie. I could never date a Katie.
Yeah.
It could never happen. Absolutely not.
Save
So
the speech for Thanksgiving so Katie can hear this in person.
Kate Hudson's really bummed.
yeah, she thought she had a shot.
We got the DFG, the Deaf Frat Guy. He's on line one. So I'll tell you what, we're going to do some JV or all balls. So
Love that.
We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with Brad and we'll play some JV or all balls with DFG right after this. Just Thrive. Oh, man, there's so much to stress you out these days. You wish you could just hit the pause button and breathe. Just calm. Just Thrive can help. Just Calm's all-natural blend of mood-lifting, psychobiotics, and brain-nourishing B vitamins can help you take control back for yourself. And It's like it's the better version of yourself. It's the calm and collected version of yourself. Multiple studies prove that it works quickly to soothe everyday stress and sharpen focus as well. And it'll do it in as little as 4 weeks. Or you can try Just Thrive Probiotic. That's what I take, a spore probiotic that banishes gas and bloat so your gut can produce more serotonin. That's your happy hormone. Plus, it supports better sleep as well. I've met with the guys, well, it's a couple that created this product. Went out to dinner with them, had Tina on the show. I swear by it now. So take care of yourself with Just Thrive. Right, Dawson?
With Just Calm and Just Thrive Probiotic, you'll have the ultimate stress-fighting duo to help you feel cool, collected, and in control. Get 20% off your first 90-day bottle of Just Calm and Just Thrive Probiotic today. Just visit justthrivehealth.com and use promo code Adam.
Morgan & Morgan. People 15 to 24 have the highest rate of ER visits due to car accidents. Did you know that? I got kids that age, so it can be a little bit scary. If you're ever injured, check out Morgan & Morgan. Submitting a claim with Morgan & Morgan is easy. It's just as easy as using a rideshare app, and even easier than swiping right on a dating app. Come on, people, and don't be doing that while you're driving. Otherwise, you might need Morgan & Morgan. America's largest injury law firm, 100-plus offices nationwide, over 800 lawyers, more than $15 billion recovered for clients. And here's the good news. If you're ever injured in an accident, you need to check out Morgan & Morgan because their fee is free unless they win. So what do you got to lose? It's Morgan & Morgan, right, Dawson?
For more information, go to forthepeople.com/Adam or dial #law 529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/Adam or #law 529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement. As we celebrate 14 years of podcasting, here's another memorable moment from the Adam Carolla Show's Ace Awards archives.
Because I was in the Rocky movie, like I made Rambo, right? I made Rambo. They didn't give me Best Supporting Actor. I'm like, I mowed down a lot of Asian bad guys, and they didn't give it to me. But Rocky, they let me that Best Supporting Actor. So I was fighting cancer. I knocked out cancer. Like, cancer came at me just like Apollo, you know, and like knocked me over. And I was like, fuck you, cancer. Yeah. And then I knocked it out. I've knocked out the cancer. Give me the Golden Globe.
Now, for some new memorable moments, let's get back to the Adam Carolla Show.
Brad Williams in studio.
Didn't know I had that.
Yeah, it sounded good. DFG, the Deaf Frat Guys on line one. Should we play our JV or all balls intro, Dawson?
He calls from the frat house onto the show. The Deaf Frat Guy hearing impaired bro. He's hammered all day long with Poochie Moose and Mike F. They chug some brews, shoot potato guns, and then play ookie cookie. If something's bushy, he'll make the call. So now it's time for JV Oral Balls.
DFG?
Hell yeah, Delta Food.
What's going on, bro?
How's it going, dude? Just over here working my ass off.
Where are you working?
I started my own landscaping company, uber high-end landscaping.
Oh, really? What kind of work
Hell
you
yeah.
doing?
Just high-end shit, digging, gardening, weeds,
Weeds?
lawns.
But what's so high-end about that?
Just like it's uber high-end.
It's uber high-end, but what I'm saying is
what
like...
makes it above
I think
the
of
rest?
that as like fake rock water slides, into the
yeah.
pool and a lot of hardscaping and stuff like that. But you're saying you're just doing a lot of weeding and stuff.
Yeah, weeding the it's weeding, watering the plant,
Yeah, but
putting down wood chips.
it doesn't sound like uber high-end. That's all. Maybe
The company is uber high end, dude.
Oh, I see. But it's
Is that the
called
name? Is that the name of the company?
Hell yeah, it's called Uber High-End Landscaping by DSP.
But it's,
it's not a
just
description
you
of the
with
company.
a rake climbing out of an Uber and showing up at people's houses, right? Is that?
Hi.
Yeah.
On the card, because people are getting sick of like president or CEO. So I'm like Maverick, president, CEO, and Alpha.
Oh, you added alpha. I like
that.
it. Yeah.
The new thing for the boss is like, it's not my boss is the pain. It's like the Alpha is the pain in the ass today. But otherwise, work was good.
Do you want to play some JV or all balls?
Hell yeah, bro. Hey, I want to give a shout out. What's up, Brad? How's it going, dude?
Dude, it's doing great, and I love talking to a fellow blue placker. It's
Right.
nice.
Park where you want.
Yeah,
He went to USD
I did.
before my day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, I would spend a lot of time on sorority and fraternity row. Now, which was your fraternity?
You should ask Ace, because I don't even know if I'm allowed to say their name anymore. They're trying to sue my ass.
Delta Foo.
Well, that's the one we started. I used to be in, it starts with a T and ends with an E, but they're like, dude, you can't go on Adam Carolla show and talk smack about us. Well, wasn't even talking smack.
Well, you sound like the most famous alumnus, so you think they'd like to hear from you.
They tried to sue my ass. They were going to sue me till I didn't have a freaking penny left.
I mean, come on, but you can't sue a deaf guy who makes his living using one of the phones for the deaf people to call into radio shows.
Yeah.
That's just heartless.
What frat was Blake Chambers in?
Blake Chambers?
Yeah.
He was a GDI, actually, a goddamn independent. Believe it or not.
I didn't know he was a GDI.
We tapped him, but he took a lot of our secrets and made them public. That's why he's such a D-bag.
All right.
Is he? I don't know if the deaf frat guy would like me.
Ashley.
Oh, he's which Ashley? Which Ashley?
Oh, the one where back then she was one of the first girls to rock a shaved bush.
Oh, so not the Tridelt. Or is that a different Ashley?
No, that's it. No, the Tridelt is the one who is rocked the full bush.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not different Ashley.
Yeah, and that.
Yeah, there's Ashley that Tridelt, and then there's Ashley who's rocking the full bush.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now,
all right.
Now
And
the
Blake
girls
tapped her.
Yeah, the girls from Tri
shape bush.
Delta are notoriously loose because the old joke is Tri Delta, everybody else has.
So Blake tapped the Ashley with the shaved bush who wasn't the Tridelt.
Exactly.
All right. And by the way, I haven't had an update on Poochie's uncle. I know he had some issues with testicular torsion. I think he sat on his balls. Somebody tweeted me the other day that there was an issue of somebody sat on their balls, there was torsion, and I know Poochie's uncle was having some medical issues with that, but he's okay now?
Poochie's uncle is like, I don't even understand what's wrong with the dude, like mentally, because he has all these problems with a low-hanging stack.
Right.
And he got a lot of piercings down below.
Oh, really?
Is it like weighing him down?
Like
Wow.
Yeah, at first it was like to even it out or something, or it was like if you pulled the nut sack down, it will like, they were thinking like maybe it would stretch back up naturally, but like that didn't work at all. And he hooked himself with one of the piercings.
Oh, that sounds painful.
He hooked his leg, and they said it barely missed the big vein in your leg.
Oh, man.
Eye or what?
Jeez, Poochie's uncle, always something with the testicles in that dude. Yeah. All right, so Mav, you wanna do JV or
Hell
all
yeah,
balls?
bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I got a few lined up for you. Okay, the first one is and Brad knows, if it's JV, it's bad, or if it's all balls, it's good.
Yes, sir.
The first one, nerdy dudes, nerds tagging hot ladies in porn.
In porn.
Yeah. See, I'm gonna go all balls because that gives guys like me hope.
Right.
You see the nerd do it, and you think like, you know what? One day I can do that too.
Right, but now here's the caveat. If the nerd dude is an actual nerd dude, but I don't want to see the dude who's jacked, but he's wearing corn rim glasses.
Right,
but he looks
right.
like Peter North.
Yeah.
And he has a fucking tan line of a G-string
If
on
he's
his ass cheeks. Like that's a porn star that you put glasses on.
If he's got that V cut.
Yeah,
the V-cut muscles, or as we call them, the cum gutters.
Right.
If he's got those muscles, then he can't just be like, oh, I got a pocket protector and some glasses with the tape in the middle, and maybe he talks kind of with a voice like no.
It takes me out of it.
He has to be an authentic nerd.
I want some back knee.
Yeah,
back knee, maybe a little dad bod.
Absolutely,
or something,
like
dad
bod. Adam, and I'm sure DFG, you'll know about this. Mia Khalifa famously had some nerd lose his virginity to her on one of her porn scenes. Actual nerd, a fan wrote in, and I don't know if it was like a Make-A-Wish situation. I don't know if he was about to die in a couple of weeks, but he lost his virginity to porn star Mia Khalifa. Now that I support.
All balls.
All balls.
We'll go all balls then, DFG.
There he is.
Wow. Now that guy's a nerd.
Yeah.
You can tell a real nerd.
Yeah.
All right. DFG, we'll go all balls.
I got to go with my gut, dude. JV, you want Superman, bro, not Clark Kent. And what kind of geek, dude? You don't see some geek with a pocket protector phoning two hot chicks for 45 minutes straight like a jackhammer, bro.
All right. I get it. You want the experience. You want the seasoned pro.
Maybe.
Yeah, if the dude busts a nut in 10 seconds, then I believe he's a nerd. But it's not realistic. It takes you out of the fantasy.
Maybe he likes seeing the muscular guy in porn because if he does see the nerd, then he looks at his own life like, well, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, how can he do that?
That nerd is killing it.
Yeah. All right.
It bumped you out. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I've lost wood over this.
Well, all right.
Literally lost wood.
We're 0 for 1.
Okay.
Let's keep going. Literally.
All
right.
The next one, dude, you got to think about this one, bro. This is a tough one.
All right.
Okay. West Coast IPAs.
West Coast IPA.
Now he got very specific. West Coast IPAs.
A lot brewed out of San Diego.
With it.
Look, I think it's all balls because it's still booze.
Yeah. I love an IPA.
Yeah.
I can't figure any reason why I shouldn't. I mean, I get that they were popular and now we have to throw a little shade at them, but we don't because they're good.
Yeah.
And I enjoy the hell out of them.
Yeah. I think we're all going to vote all balls on this. It's booze. It's good booze. You can find you can find your own brands and these microbreweries popping up all over the place. By the way, if you're looking for the best IPA ever, Thorn Street Brewery in San Diego. I'm a co-owner of that brewery, so I'm going to give my guys out in Thorn Street a plug. We make a great IPA. So because I'm also an owner of a brewery that makes an IPA, all balls.
All balls, DFG.
All right, dude. I'll go all balls, but lately, I have to try yours because I've had a few. I have an allergy. I feel like there's a fucking woodpecker trying to bang into my skull, dude, in the morning.
Oh, really?
In the morning after.
Well, how many did you drink?
I feel like I went 15 rounds with Ernie Shavers, bro.
Oh, man.
Good reference.
Yeah, a lot of power. Did
is that the beer you think, or is it age? What is it?
I don't know, dude. They say that I've seen all these doctors, specialists about this. They say that you can get allergic to a hop. But then they say maybe that the type of hop is no good or something. But like, I mean, I wake up, man, and my stomach has more acid in it than Jimi Hendrix's headband, bro.
Is that true?
I didn't think that was legally possible. Well done.
Now, are you funneling these IPAs?
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I feel like an IPA was meant to be savored more than
not
funneled.
sessionable.
You're funneling these.
Now, are you
Not
funneling?
not going crazy. I'm doing like a 3-beer funnel.
Now,
But like a
taking it
double
easy.
IPA and like a 16-ouncer, that's a lot of alcohol.
are you
DFG.
funneling through the mouth, or are you doing the butt funnel?
Through the mouth at this point.
Okay, at this point, he's moved on from
Is
the butt funnel.
is the butt funnel JV or all balls?
I mean, it's near balls, technically. But
I think. Oh yeah, I think a couple years ago we did this one. We said it was JV because a lot of times people don't know which is the ass funnel, which is the mouth. They get mixed up, and people get bummed out.
Oh, yeah.
Me.
No, I had that with I had a thermometer issue for a while
yeah,
that had some of the same overtones.
sure.
Yeah, but yeah, the ass funnel needs to be clearly marked, and the mouth funnel, never the twain shall meet. I think twain is it twain? Never the twain shall meet. We'll figure it out. Look up that sentence, Ben. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Can I just say one thing? Just while we're on this topic, I just want to say, like, I don't want it to make this a JV or all balls, but I do. I'll say what's JV, dude. It's
Sorry.
the bros that they do bong hits all day. They smoke weed all day, but they're judging me for hitting the funnel at work.
I know. It's the problem is, and I know you drove a forklift before you got into the landscaping business. I think
High
it's,
end, Adam.
I think it's hitting the funnel at work and then operating equipment. I think that was probably more the issue. A lot that they had. Yeah, never the twain shall meet.
It's from a Kipling poem.
Yeah.
Go east is east and west is west, and never the twain shall meet.
Yeah, and that's the way I feel about butt funnels and
And
mouth
you got
funnels.
horrible grades?
D minus?
You randomly just quoted a Kipling poem?
Yeah.
How? How?
I don't know. I feel like I should have been recognized at the high school level, and a discussion should have been had about potential. But all right, so DFG, what are we? 1-1?
Yes.
It's two. Yeah. This is a good one though. This is a kind of a difficult one.
Mm-hmm.
It's bros who find it hard to form meaningful friendships with other men in adult life.
Oh, it sounds kind of cathartic here.
Yeah.
Is there an issue going on, Mav?
Sometimes I get a little bummed out about my hearing.
Okay, so this is a personal
Yeah, this
thing.
sounds deeper than
Yeah, this sounds like it was brought up in a therapy session.
Well, okay, let's put it to you this way.
Mm-hmm.
When you grow up, it's all about proximity. So your best friend is your neighbor.
Yeah.
Now, what are the chances your neighbor's going to be your best friend?
Slim and none.
Slim and none. I
Yeah.
grew up in North Hollywood with a whole bunch of jackoffs that I thought were my best friends, but they were
Right.
just a whole bunch of jackoffs.
They were just there.
Everything was about, can I walk to your house and
Right.
do you have shit for me to eat?
Yes.
That's what we based our relationship on. But what would be, there's no way that person would be my soulmate.
No.
And for that reason, it's not like they weren't into comedy. They weren't into all this stuff I was into. But then you get older, and then you go to high school. You go to junior high and high school, and then your best friend sits behind you in social studies or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's all about the people that were in your junior high, your high school, your neighbors.
They're
like
still in your
proximity.
area.
proximity.
Right.
Then you get released into the wild.
Yes.
And a lot of your friends become people you work with, but that's more proximity
Once again, proximity.
And then at some point, you start to find your own way. You have your own passions and your muses and stuff. And then you start meeting people that have the same interests and passions and muses that you may share, and then those are true.
Yes,
the truer form of friendship, because proximity, just your stepdad who molested you was in proximity of you. He was down the hall, in the bedroom.
It's uncontrolled.
It's uncontrolled.
Right.
This is controlled.
Then you get older. And then you start having interests, and then you meet people in certain chat rooms on 4chan, and then all of a sudden you're in a group of like-minded people who do make certain decisions together. Like maybe certain elections were fraudulent, so you go down to the Capitol together as friends,
as BFFs.
and it's like a road trip. It's good.
Right, and there was nobody you went to high school with in that group.
No, not at all.
So I much enjoy my adult relationships that I have had over the years meeting.
There's more of a choice.
There's a choice.
Yeah.
Right. So, but you're saying the guys that have difficulty with it, Mav?
Hell yeah. The ones that find it hard to form meaningful friendships with other men in adult life.
See, I've always thought that one of the benefits of being a dude is that you could sit down at a bar, some guy's wearing a Lakers jersey, you're wearing a Lakers jersey. Great, you're friends now. Like that's something that you can do.
We're connected already.
Yeah, we're already connected. We have that topic, and you're good to go. I've always thought that is one of the benefits of being a guy is that you just go, hey, remember Mighty Ducks? D1 or D2, bro? D2. Knuckle puck time. Awesome. Friend for life. You got that right there.
Have you ever been at a Rush show and caught eyes with another Rush fan while you were both air playing the same notes?
Yes.
You become immediate best friends.
Yes. I've sat next to guys at sporting events. I'm at a Dodger game. The guy next to me, we're both cheering for the Dodgers, and all of a sudden, all right, well, let me get your number. Cool, let's hang out later. Great.
Done.
Like, that's one of the benefits of being a dude. So, so obviously a guy that has difficulty doing that, JV, man.
JV as well. We all say JV.
JV.
Okay.
There are a lot of bros out there who call themselves alpha, but if they don't even have a pack that considers them to be the alpha.
A what?
A pack.
I wanted to get that off my
pack.
chest.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. It was a little cathartic. I understand sometimes you get a little bummed out about your hearing, Mav. All right. Let's do it.
I wanted to get that off my chest.
I understood. You got one more for us?
I got one more, dude. This is like sort of out of my wheelhouse, but it's from Poochy's uncle. What's up, bro? This is for you guys. He says it's the dude with the mustache and the afro from Hall and Oates, John Oates. John Oates.
So just John Oates.
He says there's like the blonde dude, but this is the other dude.
Right. So it's not just guys in general that have afros and a mustache. It's this specific gentleman.
Yeah, John Oates.
Okay, John Oates.
Well, okay. So I'm torn right down the middle with Hall and Oates. Hall and Oates has great songs, and they have some of the worst 80s songs ever. And then they inexplicably did a record album cover back when people paid attention to that shit called like H2O or something, where they went nose to nose covered with sweat, and it was very homoerotic, and he already has the mustache and the brow, and I don't know if people thought they were a gay couple, but it was a kind of a weird theme for two guys who were heterosexual and not a gay couple to do a record album that was so weirdly homoerotic.
looking right into the eyes of each other.
all covered with sweat.
Yeah.
Like it was like they just got done
it's
butt
like
fucking. Yeah.
It's like they woke up and they're like, bro, you were having night sweats too? Oh, shit, I think we might have AIDS.
That's what I got when I saw it.
Yeah, this is an album. The album cover should be called I Want to Tell You Something, and the other person has to say, no, I want to tell you something first. And they both shout out, I gave you AIDS at the same time.
Yeah. Because we're both staring at this album, and the album should be titled Just Kiss Already.
Yes, they're covered with sweat. They even have a glow, the sheen, the after sex sheen on them.
Yeah, it's almost like they're staring at each other like, did we really just do that? Is this the post-coital stare down?
Yeah, that is what just happened.
Yeah, or maybe they just kissed and now they're staring at each other going, all right, which one's the bottom?
Right. Their pompadours are touching up top. This is the gayest stare down ever. This is nothing like the UFC. The UFC has manly stare downs. You know, they get in each other's fucking grill. That's a stare down. I do not know why you named this album. It's called H2O, right?
Yeah, Hall to Oates.
Hall to Oates. All right, that's it.
So it's a love letter from Hall to Oates, and he looks like he's about to be delivering it.
It's also the color's red, as in like red light district. It's very gay. It's very homoerotic.
Passion.
Yeah.
I need to
This could
zoom
be
out.
their
Where are their
biggest.
hands?
Is this their biggest
H2O,
album?
I also think is water.
Oh no, yeah,
Well,
no, that's what the. Yeah,
He uses it in his
Scientifically.
landscaping.
Yeah.
he's a 7th-year senior out of USC. I don't know if Mav
This is-
ever
I mean,
graduated.
this is the one
this
with
album
Man
had Family Man, one of your favorites.
Oh God,
And Man Eater.
no.
But it also had One on One.
Okay. All right. As long as that-
Family Man quietly is worse than Man Eater
Wow.
because
Bold statement.
we need to listen to how bad Family Man is.
Okay. That is
right.
like the
Anyway.
opposite of what Tom Morello does with his guitar when he like creates new and amazing sounds.
Also, 6 writers credited to that song.
They've done so much
6.
damage, and yet they're good guys by all accounts. They're
Yeah.
good musicians by
Yeah.
all accounts,
Have some bangers.
and they have some good songs. But they've done so much damage to my life.
Family Man's a
with
cover,
their
by the way.
horrible music, huh?
Family Man's a cover.
What's worse? They
Wow.
chose to do this. Who did?
Did it have
Family
that,
Man-
Did it have that weird guitar scratching in the?
It had to be better than
in the OG version.
It was a musician named Mike Oldfield in '82.
Tubular Bells.
Oh, he did Tubular Bells.
Yeah, and then
Well, we got to hear the original version. Mav.
Hell yeah.
Now listen to me. We're talking about Oates, right?
Yeah, the dude with the mustache. They still hate each other now, I guess.
Lovers quarrel.
They hate each other. They won't even talk. They're like two roosters, two fighting chickens that circle each other and will attack each other on sight.
And fight, yeah. So Oates is big into cars.
Mm-hmm.
And that always kind of pulls me over a little bit to want to defend him because he loves himself some outlaw Porsches. So I want to defend him, but their music has caused so much damage and so many tears and so much heartache. They really destroyed a whole decade of my life with their horrifically, embarrassingly bad songs that they must have to play in concert because the fans want them to play their horrifically bad, horribly dated 80s songs, which would be difficult for me to do. So as much as I like him personally and he's a car guy, I'm going to go JV.
Wow.
And also for the H2O super gay album cover. This is as gay as anything can get.
Man, it is hard for me to say. I don't think, and it might be because I'm just a little younger, that they didn't cause me as much pain and strife as they caused you, Adam.
A lot of pain.
Now I'm hearing just the songs that I want to hear. And
you're hearing Sarah smile.
Yeah, and that's a good one. So, and I don't see how you can look at that H2O cover and not think that's all balls, because that cover almost literally is all balls.
I was thinking all balls as well, because I obviously respect a good musician, but I don't like the fact that they hate each other.
Because that's what you strive to be?
That's what I strive to be, yeah. It's like the nerd in the porn.
Yeah.
So I don't like that they hate each other, and that bothers me. You should be able to put that aside. This is what got you guys successful.
There you go.
Play for the fans. So JV.
Oh, JV.
JV.
All right, so you only have one all balls vote over here. What say you, DFG?
Well, I'm going to tell you what Poochie's uncle said. He said, JV as hell, dude, because John Oates broke up one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time, and Daryl Hall is on tour this summer solo.
That's
So
JV.
you think it was Oates that broke him up, DFG?
He said while Daryl Hall was busting his ass writing great new songs, John Oates was driving his Porsche.
Can't trust those Porsche guys.
Can't trust the Porsche guys. All right, let me give you a plug.
Well, to
Deaf
be
Frat
fair,
Guy.
if you have a choice between shooting album covers like H2O or driving a Porsche, I'd probably be driving my Porsche as well.
Thank you, DFG. You can follow him on
He'd
Twitter.
probably be sitting on the gear shift of his Porsche.
Yeah, right in the coolie. At Deaf Frat Guy is where you can find him. And Uber, what's the landscaping business?
Uber high end landscaping.
Yeah, let's give him a good Yelp review, everybody.
Yeah, give him a good Yelp review. So you'll do weeds, you'll do mulching, you'll do just about anything.
Yeah, bird shit, cleanup, whatever, dude.
And then,
As long as it's
yeah,
Uber high end.
yeah. And then you could tell all your neighbors, "Oh, my gardener, he's a deaf guy." And then
That's right.
and then you get to sound like you're giving jobs to the less fortunate.
Yeah.
So you sound better.
And you can work the leaf blower without ear protection.
Oh my God.
That's a perfect job for a deaf guy.
Absolutely.
All right,
We were literally cracking up about that at work today.
about not using ear protection for the leaf blower.
Hell yeah.
All right, DFG, always good catching up with you.
Hell yeah, it does a food.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Wait, so what Chris and I do, tie? Because we did the same answers.
I think you tied, but you both beat me.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because I had the wrong answer apparently for Hall and Oates. Damn me.
But that was also inspired by Poochie's uncle. So that
Oh, yeah.
Very
That's
true.
weird. Yeah, we had to get an older generation.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense.
All right, let's take a break, come back, hit some news and some other things right after this. The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts are in the business of keeping your car on the road. They offer friendly, helpful service and the parts knowledge you need for your maintenance and repairs. The team at O'Reilly Auto Parts can test your battery for free in or out of the car. If it needs to be replaced, they'll help you find the right battery for your vehicle. If your check engine light is on, O'Reilly Auto Parts will scan it and retrieve your trouble codes for free. If needed, they'll even refer you to a repair shop. When you're a do-it-yourselfer and need a specialty tool to finish the job, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and ask about their loaner tool program. Simply pay a refundable deposit and borrow the right tool. Then get your deposit back when it's returned. Ready for some new wiper blades? The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts will help you pick out just what you need for your car and will even install them for you for free. O'Reilly Auto Parts has thousands of quality parts and accessories in stock that you might need to keep your vehicle running at its best. Place your order online at O'Reilly Auto Parts and then pick it up at your local store. You can even have your order shipped directly to your doorstep, giving you the freedom of shopping on your schedule. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com. Let me tell you about Turo Innovative. It's the world's largest car-sharing marketplace with Turo. You can book any car you want, wherever you want, from a community of local hosts. Browse a huge selection of vehicles for just about any occasion or budget. Book an SUV or a minivan for a family road trip, a pickup truck for some errands, or even test drive an EV. Every trip is backed by liability insurance. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply. Find your drive. Forget your boring rental cars at Turo, Turo.com.
In celebration of Jim Carolla's upcoming 92nd birthday, here's a list of 92 things Jim Carolla has never done. Number 66. Smoked a piece of meat. Just one of 92 things Jim Carolla has never done. Let's get back to the Adam Carolla Show.
Brad Williams is in the studio, and you can see us both. That'll be Sunday, June 4th. We'll be performing around San Diego, and you can get tickets to the show, but you can check out the pay-per-view. I don't know what the price is for the pay-per-view, but I think it's cheap. liveone.com/Carolla Live, and you can watch it anytime. All right, so...
well, before we get into news, you were talking about, Adam, how you weren't really recognized in high school for your intelligence, and being able to recall Kipling poems. But have you ever been back to your high school to just kind of see any of the people from the old days and go, look what happened to me now? How about this?
I went back to my high school when I was filming that show called the Adam Carolla Project, I think, where I bought my dad's old house and then I was rebuilding it with my actual crew, which were the guys, some of them I went to high school with. Yeah, everyone liked that show because it was kind of a real home improvement show. A lot of arguments, a lot of hijinks, and my dad's actual house. Like, it was all real. I just bought my dad's house, going to rebuild it. And I walked across the street because North Hollywood High was across the street. There was a block away, the high school I went to, because I didn't get my diploma because I owed the book room money. And so I never...
so you're ducking them now. you don't get fined.
It must be on YouTube somewhere. Adam Carolla goes back to like the book room to claim his diploma. But my self-esteem was so non-existent that when I barely graduated high school and I did the ceremony, and there's that part where they hand you the diploma, they didn't hand me a diploma.
Did they just shake your hand and then not hand you anything?
They just kind of looked at me, and I was like, don't I get a diploma? And they go, you have to pay the book room $18.79 for We the People because they checked that book out and you never turned it in. So we're going to keep your diploma until you pay the book room less than $20. And I went, well, then I'm out of here. Like I
can get out of here without paying them?
I looked at it as walking out on a tab. Like I was like, oh, well, first off, what do I need a diploma for? I'm going to go clean carpets.
Yeah.
And then dig ditches, number one. Number two, I owe you almost $20 and I get to just leave? I was like, fuck it. I'm not gonna try to explain this to anyone in my family or anything. So I just looked at his bullet dodge. So I just left.
To be fair, if you explained it to your parents, they would have been like, why didn't you get a diploma? Well, I owe $20. You don't need a diploma.
Well, you don't need a diploma.
It would have immediately pivoted.
So we didn't. I never did get my diploma, but I did return. Let's see. 22 years later or something, I returned to go get my diploma. I mean, we just thought it'd be funny. We'd film it. And I'd just go in there.
I mean, it'd be great if it was just framed on the wall going, one day, Adam Carolla will come back for this.
And I can't remember if they ever thought, I can't remember when we did it, if they had a record of me owing them money or
with
whatever
interest
it
and
was.
inflation, that's probably like $300.
Right. But no, I never did get my diploma. But all right.
Yeah, Brad went back to his high school.
I did.
Oh, that's right.
Recently, the physics class at the end of the year they do this project where they build boats out of wooden dowels and rods and sort of waterproof paper, and that's about it, and glue. And the whole thing is you have to build a boat that can get a human across a pool.
Oh, a human.
And they thought well, we need a human and probably a lighter.
These are high
human.
school kids.
Yeah, these are high school kids. And then the teacher told them, if you can get a celebrity, you get extra credit.
Oh, wow.
So then I got some Facebook messages from multiple people that were like, hey, we're high school kids. I'm like, nope, don't even open it. Don't even open this.
Wow.
Can't have this.
You went to high school out here, Orange County, right?
Orange County, Sunny Hills High School.
But they needed a lightweight miniature ringer to put in the boat.
Put in the boat.
I bet Felipe Esparza didn't get a call from his high school. What do you want? We're doing a boat competition. What do you need me for?
I got here in a boat. I'm not going back in.
That's right.
So the parents then reached out to me because I wouldn't open the emails from the kids. The parents reached out to me and said, hey, we'd like you to come back. And I thought, you know what? Why not? I did this project back in the day.
Oh, you did the boat project?
I did the boat project, and my boat sank to the bottom of the ocean.
They had to do it in a pool, right?
Yeah. It's in the swimming pool. My boat sank, and I thought, this is going to be my redemption story. So I decided to show up, and the morning of, I go, oh, man, how am I going to paddle this thing? Because I got very small arms, and I don't know how big. I remember these boats being kind of high edges. I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach the water.
Are they timing you? Are you racing?
No, it's just you just got to get across. That's it. And if you get across,
but
you
what
get
if
the points.
5 people get across? Shouldn't they put a stopwatch on you? Anyway.
Only 2 boats made it.
Mm-hmm.
We were one, and I didn't have a paddle, but I called up. I called up the dad, and I said, "Hey, do you have a paddle?" He said, "No. Why would I have a paddle?" And I said, "Get some spatulas." So he went out, got 2 spatulas, and thankfully not the ones with the holes in it. That would have been kind of defeat the purpose. But so I went across the pool with spatulas in the physics boat. Totally nailed it. They have a crowd of kids watching, and it was an absolute blast. The weird part, you talk about you do things that kind of age yourself earlier. As we're walking in, the kid who made the boat goes, "Yeah, when'd you graduate?" And I go, "Oh, I graduated in 2003." And he goes, "Oh, I wasn't even born yet."
Yeah. Yeah,
that would hurt.
Yeah, I met a girl at the other night with some friends, and we're like, we went to the same high school. Oh, what year did you graduate? And she's like 19. My friend's like, 19 what? 2019.
2019. Wow.
So you made it.
Yeah.
Did they have to have the lifeguard, training wheels, chaperone?
Cannonball right in after.
I mean, it's more like a teardrop, but yeah. They had 2 lifeguards. They had 2 lifeguards. Well, Adam, obviously I'm a celebrity. They
That's
can't.
right.
If they lose a celebrity, then the likes of Tony Danza will never come back and do it again.
That's right.
Yeah, I think there's 3 quote unquote celebrities that went to my high school.
I see some of them.
It's me. It's Hall of Fame baseball player Gary Carter.
Yep.
And then porn star Jenna Hayes.
I have a few more.
Oh, you have a few more?
Yeah.
Who else went to my high school?
Gary Carter may have.
Not the Blue Jays Gary Carter that hit the home run.
Catcher for the Mets.
Yes. I think you
may have had one of the best kind of 80s perms ever.
Ooh.
I think he had a perm back when guys got perms.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. We'll figure out
who else is on this list.
So these are the other people they reached out to before you.
Yeah.
Catherine Bigelow.
Okay.
Yeah, so she went there. Jackson Brown.
Jackson Brown went to my high school?
Whoa.
How is that not an orientation?
I know.
Come on.
Yes, it needs to be.
Yeah, Jenna Hayes is, but
Jenna Hayes, they talk about, hey, you go to the same porn star as famous gangbanger Jenna Hayes, not Jackson Brown?
Jackson Brown went to your high school.
Come on.
Wow.
Looks like that faculty's running on empty. Am I right? Okay.
Another New York superstar, Brian Kelly.
Really?
Okay.
Wow.
And then my personal favorite, Austin St. John, the Red Ranger.
The Red Ranger?
Yeah.
I don't know the Red Ranger.
Power Rangers.
Yeah. From the Power Rangers.
Gaying. That's gayer than the Hall & Oates record cover.
You know what?
All right, we need Family Man from
I'm top 3
Tubular
out of
Bells
that list. I'm not Jackson Brown, obviously, and I'm not Gary Carter. Dare I say I'm not Jenna Hayes. But at least top 5. Top 5. I'm in the top 5 of
Hell yeah, dude.
of celebrities that went to Sunny Hills High School. But it was a great time, and they got extra credit. And then my wife made the joke where it's like, oh wow, you finally found the little man in the boat.
Oh, all right. We got the song.
This song is about a man being solicited by a prostitute, and he protests because he's a family man. The original version, this version, has the woman storming off after his rejection. But deleted that part.
All right, let's see.
Let's see you going back to high school.
Let's see me going back to high school.
He's just gonna have to wait. I'm not done taking my walk down memory lane. Book room's up on the left, right?
Right here.
No pass, no book, no service.
This is Adam Carolla.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how
I
are
was
you?
one of the finest student athletes North Hollywood High ever produced. Yeah.
I heard. Home run.
Oh, yeah. 3-1 count. Batting from the left side of the plate. Guy grooved in. He came with the high, hard stuff and just,
Good job, Al
jacked that
Bundy.
ball right out of the stadium.
Well, the way I heard it is there was no fence back there, and it just kind of rolled on along.
Point is I owe this place money or I can't get my diploma. Did you take plastic?
Cash only.
Really?
Exact dollar amount.
It was 1995 and 1982.
But the point is that we need to replace that book, so it's replacement charges.
If it'll help, I never opened it. You know, so I feel like I shouldn't have to pay the full amount because I didn't use it. You know what I'm saying?
But the point is, used or not, we have to replace that book.
All right. So what is that going to
So do you want to go look for it before you pay for it?
I was high a lot of the time I was here. You
I
know,
don't doubt
it
that.
was the 80s. It was a different time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I would recognize
Probably not
it.
too much different from now.
Well, maybe not. So let me pay something. What's a history book cost right now?
About $110.
$110? This is an outrage. I'm insulted. Yeah, this is an expensive book. This is a nice book, but my book was like a brochure. You know what I mean? I'd say $60 seems fair.
For a new book?
There's 60 large.
Now let me tell you, if you
1995. If I find it.
If you find it, we can give you your money back.
All right.
Clean your room, check under your bed, look in your closet.
My youth, my lost youth is floating around here somewhere. If you come across that,
I'll capture it in a butterfly net.
please. Thanks, Sandy.
You're welcome,
Get
Adam.
the light. Good
Thank
luck. I'm gonna come back in 20 years. If you're still here, I'm gonna need you to kill yourself.
If I'm still here, I'll be the principal.
Okay. Still gonna need you to kill yourself.
Okay.
It's a deal.
20 years, I'll be retired.
Well, like I said, I'll be
gotta
back.
be coming
in,
up to that time, Adam. You gotta
2025 and
start
here.
heading back there.
Oh, yeah.
2025.
Thank you.
Thanks, Annie.
I got to get by there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I like how you're trying to haggle with it.
And then did you get the diploma?
I can't remember if I ever got the diploma. I think
I
they
don't
were
think
going to
you
go
do remember
down to the Hall of Records in
Well,
downtown LA and pull it or something.
Well, I'm now going to tell you the same thing my mom still tells me because I never actually graduated from USC. And she goes, well, you need to go back because you never know. It may not work out. Podcasting may not work out for you,
never
Adam.
know.
And you got to have that high school diploma to fall back on.
I noticed you were rocking the alum USC license plate frame.
I am.
Is that
you have to
kosher
graduate?
without the
I
diploma?
went there for 3 years.
Don't you kind of have to graduate?
I technically never actually dropped out.
Can we get an asterisk sticker for
And does
Bradley?
the license plate frame say alum?
It doesn't say alum. It just says Annenberg School of Communications. That's what, because I did go to the School of Communications.
But are you communicating to the people that are behind you in traffic that you never actually graduated USC? Do you
I
think
would
that's a good
argue
communication?
that I'm now on a podcast where I'm communicating with thousands upon thousands of people that your average USC grad with a comm degree does not get to communicate with that many
Point
people.
well taken.
Yes. Ha.
All right, I was just because I want to hop on this subject for a second because I was talking. Dr. Drew and I have been obsessing over women being annoyed. And saying that
any recent events in your life that might trigger this, Adam Carolla?
Well, it started with I notice a lot of women saying that guy's so annoying, or just saying they're annoyed, and then I realize guys aren't ever annoyed. We get angry.
Yeah.
There's people we don't like. I've never labeled someone annoying so that I don't want to go to dinner with that guy because he's annoying.
It's a weird umbrella term.
Yes, it's umbrella, which is interesting because it doesn't need to be defined.
Yeah.
Like if you go, that person's cheap, then you go, give me an example. They go, the last time we went out, they ordered 3 martinis. I ordered a iced tea, and we split the bill, and I had to pay for a drink. But they just go annoying, and you can't.
Yeah.
You can't ask.
Can't put your finger on it.
Follow-up questions.
Yep.
To annoying. And then the other thing I thought about is only women are annoyed. And I was in a situation, I was walking, and also they project a lot of annoying, which is I was looking at a shallow body of water, a man-made pond, broad but not too deep, and they had koi fish, big koi, which are in the carp family. So kois are carps, but not all carps are kois.
Right.
And they're swimming around, and there were a couple of ducks on the embankment, but sort of sitting on a hard edge, a cement form, where the pond was a foot below it, and the geese, 3 of them, sitting on the edge. And I was looking at the koi, and I was looking at the geese, and then the woman said, why aren't those ducks in the water? And I said, I don't know, maybe they're drying off or something. And she said, I bet those koi annoy them. And I said, I don't think they're annoyed. I don't think animals can be annoyed. Animals can only be scared or horny or hunting.
Yeah.
They don't really have an annoyed
Still
gene.
too nuanced,
But
yeah.
I thought this thing is so out of control with women about being annoyed that she actually decided that the ducks were being annoyed by the carp.
I'm so excited to use my word of the day from the word of the day calendar. She was anthropomorphizing the animals, giving them human characteristics.
But then Drew and I
didn't graduate. Fuck yeah. Anthropomorphizing. Is that even, did I say
That's
it right?
the thing. Yeah,
God
you got
damn
it.
Okay. I did it right.
And Drew and I kept talking about this thing, and we started really realizing, like, annoyed. And then I realized my mom was annoyed when I was a kid. She was in a state of annoyment. And then I also realized when someone is annoyed, all you can do is leave the room.
Yes.
When a woman gets annoyed, you cannot talk it out. You can't talk it through. You can't explain it. You have to leave. And then I realized my mom was always annoyed because she wanted to be left alone. And you don't get bothered when you're annoyed. You will not, if your woman is annoyed, and you go, all right, I got to go to work, and her car's like blocking yours in the driveway, you won't even go up there and go, hey, could you move your car out so I could
find her keys.
I'll take an Uber.
If you cannot find her keys, you'll pick her lock with a Slim Jim, put it in neutral, and push her car out of the fucking way before you will go to the person who blocked you in. As long as they're annoyed, left alone. If there's an annoyed person, a mad person, a angry person, a person with a bad back, and they're all on the sofa together, and you have to pick which one is going to pick you up from the airport, you will leave the annoyed person alone.
Yes. I'll pick the bad back person and say, great, I'll lift my own bags. Here's 2 Advil. Hop in the car and get me on time.
So annoyed gets you left alone.
Yes.
Then I realized when a woman is annoyed, you must leave because there's nothing innocuous enough. If you walked into the kitchen when they're annoyed and they're doing something and all you tried to do was heat up your coffee in the microwave for 30 seconds, they'll turn around, see you, and yell something at you.
Do you have to do that now?
Right. You have to do it now. Right. So Then we agreed
Drink coffee? Yes,
that
I'll do that
when
right now.
a woman is annoyed, you have to get out of the space they're in.
Correct.
You have to go somewhere else. You can't. You will annoy them more if you go, then fuck it, I'm watching a Love Boat, and you just sitting on the sofa and turn it up. That's not going to work. You then must leave.
Yes.
But you must engage in some behavior while they're being annoyed that's semi-productive but not personal to them. Like you could walk the dog.
Yes.
You could rake leaves or something like that. But you couldn't go try to take the medicine cabinet in the bathroom and straighten it out or something. You can't do anything that has to do with their shit. Mm-hmm. They'll get more annoyed.
Yes.
You can't just sit, rip a bong load and...
No, you can't be like, yeah, all right, I'm going to go play video games
listen
now.
to whole notes. No, not while they're being annoyed. You have to be sort of quietly purposeful and something that benefits them, but not in their space. You can't go, then fuck it, I'll just unload all the groceries and bring them into the kitchen where you're being annoyed or something. You can't do that.
Can't nap.
Move out, do something productive.
It's so funny because I have my go-to move when my wife is annoyed. If I'm either doing the dishes or emptying the dishwasher, don't talk to my wife. She's good. She's mad right now. If I'm in the kitchen and she's in the other room, because I leave and I go right to the dishes and I go, all right, let's get started on these.
Yeah.
And that
good busy work.
That's my go-to move. And there's always, and especially with a 3-year-old, you'll discover this right now, there is always dishes to be done. Always.
Now,
And laundry,
the good news about annoyed is it's usually based on nothing, really.
Yes.
So it wears off pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Because if they're just pissed and they're really pissed because you said something horrible or you did something horrible, that'll go on for a while.
Yes.
Annoyed is temporary. It can be waved off. It doesn't need to be discussed or fixed. It just goes away. It just goes away.
Yeah.
Normally, when I'm doing the dishes, enough time will pass, and because I do the dishes very slowly, because I'm not good at them, my wife will come in, and then she'll just kind of like hug me and say, "Look at you doing the dishes.
Yeah.
I got a great husband."
You're back.
And I'm like, "Okay, now we're good."
But women are annoyed.
Yes.
Guys are not annoyed. Mm-hmm. We're other things. I'm not defending guys. I'm just saying I know, and I never announce someone as annoying. I get very specific, and there's no questioning. If you say to a woman, I don't get it. You say my friend's annoying. You don't want to go there. What do you mean he's annoying? Then they will get annoyed with you. And then it's
Why don't you just
beyond
believe
reproach.
me? Why don't you just believe me? I told you it's annoying.
Because
Why don't you just say
annoying
that-
doesn't mean anything
Yes.
specifically.
Yes.
And it's annoying to you, but I could think it's funny. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Oh, I think you just hit on like 90% of the fights that me and my wife have. I think it's funny.
Right.
She thinks it's annoying.
Yeah.
That is almost all of our fights.
But what is the, what Drew and I are trying to figure out is what is the advantage from everything comes down to some sort of, way to, women are this way because it benefits them for child rearing or there's some benefit to.
So like, what's the base? Where did this come from?
Yeah, it's like women have a real keen sense of smell. Mm-hmm. I mean, if they'll walk into the room and go like, they'll know that women can smell. I talked to Dr. Drew about it. They have a keener sense of smell than men, but it probably has some benefit. If the kid has an infection or pooped his diaper or something like that, they can smell it better than dudes do. But what is being annoyed all the time? How does that benefit them?
I mean, I'm racking my brain.
Well, I'm thinking
here.
if we're going back and saying like, oh, their main thing is to take care of children. Maybe it's I can't have any other bullshit around me, like even remote bullshit.
So I have to be hyper focused.
Yeah.
And I can't have you coming in.
I have no time for your fart jokes now.
Giving me stats about the Stanley Cup champion 2006 Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah.
I can't have you doing that.
Yeah.
I need you gone. So maybe it's like, so they're hyper focused in terms of like, because men, when we need to be left alone, we're just like, could you just give me 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Like we just say it.
Want to be alone.
Yeah. We say that. I need to be alone right now.
Yes.
I need time to think.
Yeah. Women have to do like I need him gone, but I need time by myself, but I can't tell him fucking get out of here.
Right.
I need to do something that kind of makes him know that he's got to get out of here.
Yes.
Does that make any sense?
Yes.
What does Drew think?
We only talked about it for about an hour and a half.
Yeah,
And
barely.
he's now committed to, we're going to be on a private jet for about 5 hours with Mark Geragos, and there shall be women on that jet, and he wants to get to the bottom of them being annoyed.
That's not going to go well.
Yeah,
I'm kind of saying
that's not going to go well.
I'm saying, Drew,
You're on a private jet.
You do run the risk of annoying them.
Yes.
When you talk about being annoyed.
Yeah.
And
You better
unless
have a shoot on.
Yeah, because it's not like he's just going to go to the lavatory and be like, all right, I'm going to be in here for the next 4 hours. Like, you can't leave them alone. And now there's more people. And then when he questions the women about being annoying, some of the women will give answers that will annoy the other women.
This study is going to annoy them.
Yes. This is 100% a bad idea.
There's little risk that it will annoy. It's a guarantee.
It's a guarantee. Drew's plan is he's a clinician. He wants to get to the bottom of this.
See,
and he says we're all going to be trapped on a jet for 5 hours. He's going to get to the bottom of why women are annoyed and men are never annoyed. Men are put off and frustrated. Men are a lot of things. They just don't announce that person's annoying.
And we probably respond with aggression way too often, but we're not necessarily annoyed. No, private jet conversation is you keep that to, can you believe we're eating cashews in the air right now? That's the private jet conversation.
Adam, do you not want to get invited back onto this jet?
Yes.
Drew looks at it as an opportunity because
doing
there's going to be
research.
women and they're going to be captive.
There are other places women.
There are other places women are captive. There's many comedians you can go.
They would get up and leave if he tried to do this on terra firma. So he plans on conducting a study in the air.
Find a submarine.
Put me on
Come
record as that is a horrible idea. That is not going to go well.
And there is alcohol involved.
Oh,
yeah.
He bet.
I wish I could watch this. I just wish I could watch
Well,
it.
we all wish we could watch it.
And Drew, I just don't want to be on the plane. That's the only time I would say I don't want to be on that private jet. Is if that's the conversation that's going to happen.
Drew thinks he can pull this shit off with women where he goes, it's not a judgment. I'm just trying to understand. He thinks that'll help.
No.
That doesn't help with women. Once they start getting annoyed, and they shall be in some annoyment going on that flight.
I'm just asking.
There will be the I don't get annoyed.
Yeah.
There will be the I don't get annoyed. I don't find people annoying.
Start with that. Yeah, that's the far that gets you.
There will be that pushback. Oh,
He's going to drag me into it. This is something we've been talking
Your
about.
first line has to be, I told him not to say this on the plane. That
I'm
has
going
to
to
be
be
your first
drinking
line.
Don Julio with Geragos on the other side of the plane.
Wherever.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Smooth. Smart move.
Mark Geragos, maybe one of the greater litigators of our time, is going to be trying to jump out of the plane window. He's going to be banging on that pilot door and be like, let me in. I don't want any of this smoke.
Hit that eject button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. I can't wait for the update show.
Yeah.
Just have a tape recorder. Just have your iPhone.
This is a great pod.
Hit record, and please let your listeners know how that goes because it's gonna go poorly.
Drew's coming out to the Saturday Sony show, by the way, in New York. It's hosting. He's not going to be hosting. He's going to go up there and say a few words. It'll be up. We'll put
he would have better luck asking that audience, hey, women.
Who's annoyed?
Who's annoyed?
And
Here's
who's
my
annoying?
thoughts. Much better luck.
Look up the dictionary definition of annoying. It means you cannot be around that person if they're annoying, and it also means we can't ask you questions.
Adjective, causing irritation or annoyance.
Well, I don't like when dictionaries have the word of the definition.
Yeah.
Causing irritation.
All right.
Okay.
All right. But again, it never needs to be explained or described. You just announce someone is annoying, and you never have to go to dinner with them ever again. If you're a woman.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's a benefit.
Here's another full definition. I like this. Annoyance is an unpleasant mental state that is characterized by irritation and distraction from one's conscious thinking. It can lead to emotions such as frustration and anger.
Can I posit this? I think
key word there, distraction.
I think annoying is in the eye of the beholder, and I tend to think the people that are annoyed are the annoying people in terms of they have a predisposition to being annoyed.
Yeah.
I like
Agreed. Don't sit on the plane. Agreed.
I got my dog Phil. He's a 110-pound lab. He can sleep anywhere. He can do it. He's never annoyed because you can't annoy him. He has no ability to be annoyed. Some of the people I know who get annoyed, that's on them. I don't think it's the person at the party who had a few too many drinks and is telling the story that you find annoying.
Yes.
I think it's you who's the annoyed person.
Well, it's the do you choose to let that annoyance into your life, and do you choose to let it take over? And do you choose to make, like, now that's a thing?
Well, I'll
you're
record as much of it as I can.
Please do.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the annoying news right after this. Let me tell you about Angie Homeowners. You know, it's a lot of work to own a home. Whether it's everyday maintenance, repairs, or dream projects, it can be hard to even know where to start. All you need is Angie. Your home for everything home. Find a skilled local pro who will deliver quality and experience. Over 20 years of home service experience. Bring them your project online or with the Angie app. Answer a few questions and Angie handles the rest. Look, you're busy. You don't have time to do all this stuff. Let Angie handle it. Take care of just about any home project in just a few taps. Download the free Angie mobile app today or visit online. Visit Angie.com. That's ANGI.com. ANGI.com. That's Angie. Let them do all the heavy lifting.
It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Ace Man, just got my tickets for Solana Beach at the Belly Up. Can't wait. Fuck red turn arrows. Let's get it on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
All right, Brad Williams in here. Mix Pet has got some news.
And we'll see that guy at Belly Up in Solana Beach, and you can be there with us if you buy it on pay-per-view.
That's right.
Yeah, look at that. Broadcaster. Live1.com/Carolla Live. Buy the pay-per-view. Listen to the non-annoying things that me and Adam talk about on stage.
And if you watch live, there's a way to interact with the show, too.
So you could be annoying.
Yeah. All right. So Tina Turner has died today.
What?
After a long illness at her home in Switzerland.
Wow.
She was 83.
Man.
Wow.
I tell you, that documentary, if you don't know about Tina Turner, watch the documentary Tina on, I don't know if it's HBO Max, whatever it is. But if you think like no one has done Beyonce before Beyonce, look at Tina Turner.
Right.
When she would perform, it was everything. She was moving, she was dancing, she was singing, breaking a sweat just because she's putting 100% into it. So her doing Proud Mary is one of the best things you can see in rock music.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone loves Tina Turner.
Yeah, so she revealed in her 2018 memoir.
I don't think that's Tina Turner that you just put on the screen. I think that's from the Broadway show.
No, it does. Their face doesn't really look like Tina Turner.
Audio listeners don't know that.
Yeah.
She has suffered multiple life-threatening illnesses.
Sorry, just point that out. I thought it was funny.
In 2013, 3 weeks after her wedding to Erwin Bach, she suffered a stroke and had to learn to walk again. In 2016, diagnosed with intestinal cancer. She actually considered assisted suicide and signed up to be a member of Exit, but Bach offered to donate a kidney for her transplant.
Wow.
And died at her home today in Switzerland after a long illness, including cancer, strokes, kidney failure, etc. So.
Tina's one of those singers that no one sounds like her.
Yeah. You hear a Tina Turner song, you're like, that.
I'm a private dancer.
Yeah.
Yep, no one sounds like her.
One of the better James Bond themes too. She did GoldenEye, and that was a great theme. And once again, you hear a Tina Turner song, you don't go, is that Donna Summer? Like know that is Tina Turner. So just a true icon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that.
Well, she'll be reunited with Ike in heaven now.
Oh, great!
They'll be in heaven now.
That's so adorable. You think Ike's in heaven?
They're going to be reunited. Oh, yeah. Are you saying Tina Turner's going to hell? I said they're going to be reunited. Now, where's it going to be? It's heaven or hell, Brad. Communicate that shit. People are waiting.
This is annoying.
All right.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Yeah. Tina, watch that doc. It's a great doc.
Did you guys confused by the, like, I kind of get there's the abusive alcoholic husband, but not the abusive alcoholic husband when she's out there fucking shaking her moneymaker and getting you paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's such a weird form of abuse. Like, you get off stage.
You're really blowing this,
She just gave 110%, and you're beating on her later on that night, but she's fucking selling all the tickets. Like, I can't.
What's the mentality? Is it just, are you that insecure where it's because she's the star and not you? I don't know what it is, but that's all of our dreams.
All of our dreams is to be with a woman who fucking out earns us.
Yes. That is it. And he's
You're
like,
blowing it. You're blowing it. It's like being on a PJ and having to hide out in the cockpit with all your other buddies because you upset the women on the plane.
Oh, see, you know what? That's the line. That's the line you have to use. Is when Drew starts talking to the women and asking, "Why are you so annoyed? What is this thing?" Just go, "You are the Ike Turner of this plane." We're on a private jet. We're on a private jet. Life is fucking good, and you're ruining it right now with the annoyed talk.
Yeah. And then eventually they're going to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, you beat on them for 8 years or something, but eventually they're going fucking solo, and then you lost your meal ticket.
You lost the gravy train because all you had to do was not hit them, and then they keep making you money, and you're married, and you're with one of the biggest stars on the planet.
And then
that's all you had to do.
And then what's the real beef? You know what I mean? When you're Ike Turner, like you go, "Hey, where's my dry cleaning woman?" And she's like, "I did 3 nights at Madison Square Garden. I didn't pick up your dry cleaning, but I did pick up $270,000."
Right, and enough money to pay for 4 assistants where they can get your goddamn dry cleaning. Good God.
All right.
R.I.P. Tina.
Yeah. All right. Well, sales. So the sales of Bud Light are still plummeting. They sank 28.4% last week, even lower than the 27.7% the week before. Obviously, because of the Dylan Mulvaney thing. Well, maybe Target listened to them, because they have decided to remove certain items from its stores and making other changes to its LGBTQ plus merchandise nationwide ahead of Pride Month after an intense backlash from customers, including violent confrontations with its workers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now they're the ones who had the swimwear,
the tuck-friendly swimsuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the extra room for the nutsack and the tuck, and
they declined to say which items in particular they're removing, but I mean, this.
Okay.
We know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think these companies. Well, you guys tell me if you think maybe this is the problem. Okay. So Trump beat Hillary Clinton, and if you live on the West Coast or the East Coast, then you're kind of an elite. I don't mean you think of yourself as an elite, but I just mean all the media comes out of Los Angeles or New York City, and you go to cocktail parties and whatever. And if you live in Los Angeles or you live in Manhattan, you may never meet a person that voted for Trump. You can go all the cocktail parties in Malibu you want. You'll never meet a person. So then the election comes around and you go, I've talked to everybody I work with at Netflix, and I've talked to everybody I work with at my upscale eatery in Manhattan, whatever. And everybody, this is my sister. My sister worked at a hair salon on Hyperion Boulevard in Silver Lake, and when she was 19, I said, what percentage of the country is gay? And she said, like, 80%. Because it was 100% in her world. This is opposite. So you never met any of these people. Mm-hmm. And so you go, Hillary Clinton's going to win this election 9 billion to 1?
Yeah.
Or something. And then Trump gets all these votes, and they're like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Who voted for Trump? I've never seen anybody. They do the same shit with their fucking LGBT whatever policy. They go, everyone's down with this shit, right?
Yeah.
Everyone in your fucking building at Netflix is down with it, not the rest of the country, not all the rest of the place that you fly over to get from the East Coast to the West Coast. They don't like it. They don't like having this shit rammed up their fucking ass. So they do not like this. They actually like country music. And they like the flag. Yeah. They're like patriotic. Yeah. They don't like Hillary Clinton. They don't like any of this shit. And so these decisions, I feel like, are made in these little hived off cocoons in Manhattan and LA. And they go, well, then we're going to do a whole gay aisle, right? Because everyone's going to applaud us because we get applauded when we do that shit. People love it. You know, when I tell everyone at the party that my daughter's transitioning, they fucking love it. They love it. I'll be a hero. And then they do this shit, and then they get slapped in the face, and then they go, what the fuck's happening?
It is really interesting, and it's how I feel like really sort of blessed to be a comedian where I get to travel all over and see every part of the country because I go, oh, this is what you guys think here. And then I talk to people and I'm like, oh, okay, that's not what I think, but I could see how you got there and why you think that. And it's important to have those kind of conversations. And I believe you've said it many times on the show, Adam, where you say these companies, they don't have politics. It's just making money.
Right.
That's all they care about is making money. That is it. They are this entity that just keeps growing and growing and growing, and they just want to make money. So they're not putting this out because they're down with the cause or anything like that. They see which way the tides are turning or how they are around their groups, their circle of friends. They go, oh, everyone's down with this. Great.
Right.
Me personally, I want every single company to pick a fucking side. Every company. I want every company to be like, which side are you on? Declarational politics. Choose which side of the aisle. Not because I give a shit about politics. I want to see the commercials. I want to see the commercials for left-wing laundry detergent. I want to see it. Just like it's Tide liberal laundry detergent. We make all colors equally bright. I want that. And we're like, well, what does it do for the whites? It does nothing. It does nothing for the whites. That's what I want. I want left-wing laundry detergent. I want
doesn't work in hot water. Guys comes home. He's had a long day of protesting. He's got the gay flag.
Yeah.
Cop fired a couple of smoke bombs their way. Now it's scuffed up. They're going to throw it
vibrant.
They're going to throw it in there with the new Tide
liberal laundry detergent.
Pods.
And like if you put a white shirt in and then use Tide liberal laundry detergent, it comes out rainbow.
Comes out gay flag.
It comes out gay flag. I want all these commercials. I want it.
Too.
All right. We need some conservative products. We need some hardcore right-wing conservative products. What do we got?
Are we going to talk shave cream?
I'm going tampons.
I'm
going conservative tampons because conservative maxi pads. They only have right wings.
Just
Come
the
on!
wing, just on the right.
Just on the right.
Right, but what about the red? Because that's associated with the right. Oh, we like that.
Yeah, it's good.
Mm.
The box is blue and white because we know you bleed red.
Oh, you bleed red.
That's
white and blue.
Conservative tampons, conservative feminine products. I want
the wings
this.
On the right.
I want this so bad. Yeah, this maxi pad loves a red wave. Come on!
Yes, that's so good.
Let's do this. I want every company to dig the fuck in. Pick a side. Pick a damn side and then put your ads to where like we can tell your politics based on that.
Pick a side and go hard.
Why not? I don't want this bland Ryan Seacresty. We're not offending anybody. We're just going down the middle. Nothing is said. No. Every could you imagine this? Can you imagine this? Okay, I just got this. Yeah. Can you imagine this? Snickers commercial. Okay? Snickers commercial. There's a woman who's just like she's so just like I'm just agitated. I'm not myself. Hey, have a Snickers. She takes a bite of the Snickers. In a snap, turns into a man. Snickers, because you're not you when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
That
was
would totally
annoyed
be an ad.
before.
Let's do that.
She was annoyed. Yeah.
Let's do that. You're not
agree.
you when you're hungry.
They got to declare.
Exactly.
I'm with you because they're trying to be all things to everybody.
Yeah, every company, just let me know. And then if I like your stuff, great. If I don't, fine.
Yeah. Right now, all we really have is the My Pillow guy.
Yeah.
We know where he stands.
We know where he stands.
And then
we know the My Pillow guy. It's like, all right,
he's on one side.
Conservative pillows. After a long day of hunting and fishing and overthrowing elections, you gotta sleep. So you take conservative pillows, and then you cut out 2 eye holes. Works as a hood. Come on.
The case is
Yes.
a hood.
Yes, the case
right.
could also be your
Couples
Klan
has a
hood.
hood.
Well, maybe we won't even cut them out. Maybe we'll just perforate them.
Yeah,
Like we'll make
exactly.
Yes.
knockouts. Like if
Perfect.
anyone gets an electrical, like a 4-gang electrical box, you'll see the knockouts in the side. Like if you want to run the conduit in the right side or left side, just whack it once with the screwdriver and it'll pop out. We'll do that with the Klan hood.
Yes.
And then
Love that.
on the left, we know we got what is that Know Me deodorant stuff where we were talking about with Tom Arnold where they
What is this?
is it Know Me? The
It-
deodorant.
is
It's
it
that stuff. It's the
liberal
anti-stink, put it on your snatch, put on your ass crack.
Oh,
Lumi.
really?
Lumi.
Come on, Max Pato. You were
It's
here
called
for
I was not
Lumi?
here for that, but
that. You weren't? Oh, you didn't get back from work yet?
No.
To work yet?
No.
What Tom Arnold do? Beat you by day?
yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
2 days. Yeah.
Really? Sorry,
It's
I thought you were
called
there.
Lumi.
Lumi, thanks for listening anyway, Chris.
I did listen. I just
Okay.
didn't remember.
Whole
Well, now
body
you're back in
deodorant.
trouble.
I know.
For
I was
pits.
screwed.
The commercials, a
Pits,
bunch of
privates, and
chicks,
beyond.
a bunch of chicks doing. You see the commercials, a bunch of chicks doing yoga, talking
Sure.
about their snatch. This is definitely, they're definitely in the left
Yeah.
category here.
Absolutely. But I want all products. Declare a major.
Yeah.
I want to know. I want to know where you
Make
stand.
it clear.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more. Do we even do one? Oh, we did a story.
That's Target. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, and also like it all started in the South when they, all the employees were like, hey, we just work here and we're having to answer all these irate people, these annoyed people coming up to us. And
Yes.
For your guys' decision. So yeah, they pulled them. All right, let's see. So there is a story about orcas.
Hey, can I say this? There's got to be.
Speaking of black and white getting along, orcas.
Yeah.
Good transition.
There's got to be some long-term physiological damage to tucking. You know what I mean? Where are all the doctors, physicians, and the OGBYNs well, probably not them, but I mean, urologists.
Mm-hmm.
Like a urologist, like, you take your cock and nutsack and stuff it up your ass for 9 hours a day, every day of the week. There's just going to be some problems.
Like regular guys, they already have curvature issues.
Right.
Poochie's uncle probably has something to say about this.
Yes, he probably does.
I mean, not that balls are necessarily desirable anyway, but do you get stretch marks on the balls?
I just can't imagine.
Literal stretch marks?
You can only do it on hot days.
It would be a good idea to tuck. They're talking about physiological after effects of wearing a mask too much now. Mm-hmm. That's a cloth mask. That's not tucking your cock and balls up your own ass.
Yeah,
I
what are
feel
the
like there's
long-term
going to
effects?
be, and like they go, well, you got to tape them up there. Like, all right, listen, I'm no doctor, but
I
there's
feel
going to be.
like-
Although if it makes it longer, maybe we should all give it a shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it improves girth, I'm
And Lincoln's, yeah.
definitely doing it.
All right, so what story we're doing? Oh, orcas.
Orcas. So there are recent incidents of orcas in Europe that have been attacking boats.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so most recently there was a
By the way, I'm such an ugly American that I did see this story, like orcas in Europe, and I was like, who gave my orcas? Those are our whales. That's my whale, dude.
How did
I don't remember
Willie
giving
get
you
all the way over there.
I remember giving you lazy French people an orca. I don't
should be
remember
our
okaying
pandas.
that.
They're the same
that's
color.
That's our whale.
That's our shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're attacking boats.
They've been attacking boats. So most recently, there was a yacht in Spain where, and they've been attacking them in groups, like groups of 3, where they just go after the rudder. They've sank ships. And so they're like, scientists are like, what is going on? And like, it seems like they're teaching each other how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Whales can do that.
They work in
They do teach
pods
and they do
groups.
Yeah, work in pods.
We have a video of this.
They hunt in pods.
It's pretty. But what are they angry about?
It's unclear, but they're just because they're trying to figure out what is causing this recent behavior and how are they teaching each other to do it. They just know they think the whales have been traumatized somehow, or at least one of them has and has been teaching the other ones.
They're swimming. They're in the icy waters.
Yeah, and they know to go for the rudder.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, so this is a much smaller boat.
I love the fact that the guy who's operating the outdoor motor had to be told 4 times to go.
Yeah,
It was like,
I think he's coming after us.
wow, man.
They're pissed about global warming.
Did you see footage in Hawaii of a tiger shark going after a fisherman?
No, I just saw those swimmers going after those dolphins.
Oh, man.
Oh, here's another one.
Oh, my God. It's an orcas.
Beautiful creatures.
Majestic,
Oh, my
but
God.
scary.
Scary as hell.
I hear like their jaw, like the PSI in their jaw is unheard of.
Okay. I think I know what happened. Because you know how you go to some countries and then they'll have DVDs for sale, or they get the movies like a few months after we get them, or like 2 years after we get we get the first run.
Yeah.
The sea just got blackfish.
Oh, and they're pissed.
They're pissed.
European whales had not seen it.
They had not seen blackfish yet.
Finally made its way over.
Yes,
And
so
they're
now
taking the law into their own fins.
right. They're like, you assholes. That's what's happening. The whales finally saw blackfish.
We need to rally.
Yes. Yes. This is what's happening. Yeah, it's like how sometimes there's a movie and because they know how humans are, they're like, okay, we have to make the enemy, like kind of how they did in Top Gun. They didn't have an actual enemy for the Top Gun 2. They did, but it's like
they didn't
unspecified
name a
country.
No.
It wasn't it's not like you were like, it's the North Koreans. Like you didn't say that. It's like, oh, it's just these
They're the enemy.
unidentified enemy.
You know, we call them, when you don't know who it is, it's called Johnny Quest villain. In the series Johnny Quest,
I remember this show.
It was always
Great theme song.
the heavies were always like, yes, Dr. Quest, and it's like kind of German, but sort of Vietnamese. They didn't have, we weren't in a war during Johnny Quest, but then we made them a little bit
ethnically ambiguous.
Yeah, we made them ethnically. We took all the bad ethnicities and made one super villain out of them. But
sometimes
you know who
they
you
were,
are.
Yeah,
I'm
sometimes
just
they were
saying the
aliens.
troublemakers. I'm not going to say bad. That's a pejorative. But the annoyed groups. But what I'm saying is I always call it Johnny Quest villain because they didn't. When they made movies like in the 40s, you fought the Nazis. You know what I mean? And then the Cowboys fought the Indians. You know, like we knew. And then when we fought the Revolutionary War, like we
British,
knew who we were fighting.
And then
we were confused in the 60s.
It was always the Russians.
Right.
Yeah, like in the early 60s, we didn't really know who we were fighting, so they had to make a kind of international villain.
And
that's who fought in Top Gun 2.
Yeah.
They fought Johnny Quest.
By the way, someone bring up the theme song to Johnny Quest.
Oh, it kicks ass.
One of the best.
The best.
Come on. You can't tell me that, like, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse has anything on this shit.
Oh, man. And then
was it a shame that it was used for this then? Because it's
not
so
for
complex.
me. But it's such an arrangement.
Listen to this.
Oh, yeah.
Love that.
Great theme.
What?
Yeah, find the tiger shark attacking the fishing kayak in Hawaii.
Oh, it's terrifying.
It is crazy. And then everyone goes, everyone talks about the great whites, but the tiger shark's the most dangerous. I'm like, yeah, it's got the word tiger and shark in it.
Yeah, it already sounds like a super creature.
We created a creature. We took the most dangerous creature on Earth and the most dangerous creature in the water.
Yeah.
And we then combined the two to create something called a tiger shark.
From the makers of Cocaine Bear, tiger shark.
Right. And yes,
like that.
they're the most fucking aggressive. Hoyt Curtin did Johnny Quest theme. Ooh. This guy's on a little kayak or a smallish, little fishing boat.
Okay.
Oh my God!
The thing comes flying up at him and attacks the boat. Like,
wow. That's terrifying.
Kind of makes you not want to go snorkeling in Hawaii, right?
Man,
so fast.
And yeah,
he
just came in for a kill shot.
Yeah. And I don't even know what the fucking thing is. Looking at like the boat's white and it's 12 orange. It's 12 feet long. Like what?
Just thinks it's food. But the only thing that I'm seeing, and I've heard a zoologist actually break down this video on a different podcast that I listened to, and he said that the one benefit that you have is that the shark doesn't come back for seconds.
Oh, first taste is gross
because it came in first, said, "Oh, that's not food."
Moving on,
and then moving on. Whereas that's just like he thinks it's food, sharks thinking it's food, it's not food, moves on. The orcas, they know it's not food.
Right.
They're just like, fuck you, you made blackfish, my brother's cousin's nanny was Shamu.
Yeah.
and I'm getting revenge. That's the scariest thing.
We don't even do you the service of eating you.
Yeah.
They had
I'm just killing you.
The
for fun.
saddest picture in nature is the orca with the floppy fin.
Oh, yeah.
That's the saddest picture in nature. It's floppy fin orca, and they must have seen their brothers over there at SeaWorld with the floppy fin.
Absolutely, they saw that.
There ain't
and
enough Viagra in the world to get that fin right.
Pissed. Talk to your buddy that wrote all the Fast X movies. And,
Chris Morgan.
Morgan. Get him on Orca Revenge.
Yeah.
This is great.
They're hunting for sport.
They made him. There is a movie called Orca.
There is?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Somebody. You think Hollywood was going to sit around and see Jaws bring in $200 billion and not go, fuck, what else we got? We got Sea Lion. Oh, come on, Bert, use your brain over here.
Starfish.
Otter. Come on now.
They're adorable.
Sand Dollar. Shit, we're just spitballing here, Tim. Tim, if you have bad ideas, don't say them. I thought you said there were no bad ideas, Brett. Okay, just listen.
What about
Jaws made $200 million. Now let's fucking come up with
a sea cucumber, anybody?
Or sea slug? Do you think that's
seahorse?
Yeah,
seahorse. All right, to Aquaman.
John Wayne's dead. He can't ride it.
Let's see. What do we got here? That's a nurse shark. Come on, Tim. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah.
We're trying to come up with some way to make a few bucks off of the heat the Jaws brought.
But they didn't want to use a shark because that's too on the nose.
No, too on the nose.
They didn't want to go tiger shark.
They'll sue the shit out of us if we do a shark thing.
Yeah. What about a sea scallop?
Hey, man, my cousin died. Didn't have an EpiPen with him.
Really?
No, I'm saying not my actual
sorry.
cousin.
Your character. Okay, come on.
Good actor, Brad.
That's how good of an actor I am. You guys just thought my cousin died.
I felt terrible.
Steve, we feel horrible for your cousin, but we're here to come up with the next movie idea before
Right.
before
That
that.
was EpiPen.
Got strike while the iron's hot here. What about whale? What about
whale?
Sperm whale.
I mean, I saw that in a late night show. Sperm whale after midnight. These things. Never mind. I'm going too much into my personal life. I can't talk about that.
Let's see.
But
blue whale.
sperm whale, that's not like guys will laugh at it. They'll draw dicks on the posters. We can't do sperm whale. Narwhal has the horn, but too close to gnarly.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Marlin, tuna.
Is there a whale that like
carp? Because koi is a form of carp. But not all carps are koi.
I feel like we're going backwards here. I feel like
I
we're going
ate Japanese last night, and they had a koi pond.
Is there a whale that kills?
Well, there's a killer whale.
Wait a minute. What'd you just say?
There's something called a killer whale. I don't know if it's a whale that kills, but
it's a killer whale. It's the whale that kills.
Oh,
just the same way that shark was tearing up that beach. We could have a killer whale. That's perfect.
Whale. Yeah.
But you know what? Too on the nose.
Too on the nose. Bottle nose. Yeah.
Does someone have it? Does someone have an Encyclopedia Britannica? Can we look up like the scientific name?
I have a book
killer
of
whale.
Indian terms for American whales.
Yeah, why did that? This would have been a great tool to have at the beginning of this meeting.
The whole time.
Well, it's in my car.
Oh, go get it.
All right, hold on. All right, I'm back.
You're back.
Park's so close.
All right, let's see. What did we say we were doing? Oh, so
the killer whale.
Their word for sand dollar.
Not sand dollars. No one's ever died from a sand dollar.
All right. Well, look. The reason I'm a fine writer is because I'm curious, but evidently that's left the room. So what were you saying?
We got killer whale. We got
but we can't
another
use the
name
word killer
for
whale.
killer whale.
Oh, so in the Indian language, you did sea cucumber, or is that something we discussed?
We don't want.
But you're not interested in what an Indian would... Okay. You're not interested in what an Indian would call a sea cucumber.
I don't care.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
It's probably where we get crudité. No one's going to go see the killer crudité.
It must be in alphabetical order. So.
They don't have one for sperm whale, by the way. That's just sperm whale.
We're not worried about sperm whale. That's not. That's
we
not
already moved sperm whale to the no list.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Was it... killer whale. You guys want to know great white just for shits and giggles?
We can't do great white
after killer whale.
We're going to get sued.
Okay, so according to the Navajo dictionary that I keep in the back of my car,
You're very advanced.
the killer whale, they call it they call it orca. Orca.
The killer whale.
That looked good on a poster, right?
It would.
Yeah.
Orca.
That would fit like right above the shape.
Yeah. Because you're like, what is an orca? And then when you look it up in your Encyclopedia Britannica or your World Book Encyclopedia, because the internet hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah.
It would say killer whale.
Do you know they don't have a term for mayonnaise? They got nothing.
Okay, we're done with the book.
I'm just saying. Do you want to live in a culture that doesn't have a word for mayonnaise?
Of course not.
No wonder we wiped them out.
Yeah, and I know they have over 100 terms for snow. That's not.
But
what
like,
we're
what
doing.
if you're
That's too
Indian
many.
and you're trying to order a turkey sandwich? It's gonna be so dry. You know?
Well, do they have a word for chutney? Because maybe they had a cranberry chutney.
There has to be some sort of condiment they use.
That's with the
Check the index. Check the index.
Oh, check the index. Yeah, chutney's just chutney. I think it's an Indian. Well, it's Indian.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So maybe it's a tip of the cap here.
We're getting off track.
Oh,
Okay,
they have Dijonnaise. They have a word for Dijonnaise.
That's unbelievable.
That's crazy, right?
Dijonnaise?
They have a Dijonnaise word.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the Indian word for Miracle Whip? Like, what happened here?
They don't do brand names in this book.
Okay.
Let me go back out to my car. I got another book.
No brand names.
Now you got me hungry for lunch. Now I feel
We got to order. The crudité, the Dijonnaise.
Is it weird if we order fish?
And scene. What year was Orca? Or I would bet Orca was like Jaws like 76 and Orca like 79 or 78.
Starring
or
Richard Harris.
77.
Oh,
wow.
They just fucking bump drafted Jaws like right up in there.
That's like when Armageddon came out and then like Deep 3 months later, Deep Impact.
Yeah.
They knew. They knew.
So they, and Jaws is 75, 76, like they must have
75.
They must have went right into this and went, oh, fuck.
Spielberg's got a shark movie.
And they do that thing that everyone makes a mistake where they go, look, Jaws did 270 million worldwide. If we did even half. Even half. They made $4 million.
Yeah.
Even half.
Even half.
Right.
We're good.
We are good. All right.
Yeah, that's like when people try to pitch me to be on their podcast. They go, our podcast potentially reaches 500 million people on this world.
You've counted everyone with a phone.
And if just 1% of that 500 million listens to the Dooge and the Splooge, you will get the biggest audience you've ever had.
Budget $6 million, made 14 and change at the box office. All right,
it was a win.
Going to be at Sony Hall tonight and tomorrow. Be out there with Dan Soder and Ryan Long and Dr. Drew and Shane Gillis and all the folks you love. So you can say hi for the birthday bash. Brad Williams, Off the Hook. Let's get that Sunday sold out. That's in Naples, Florida. Good luck getting there, Brad. I just got back.
Fort Myers away.
And dates all over the place. Crushing it. So just go to BradWilliamsComedy.com and come see us both. Coming up in San Diego on June 14th. And until next time.
June 4th.
Oh, sorry. June 4th. June 4th. Until next time, I'm with Brad Williams. Chris Max Petta saying mahalo.